So, coming to you live from Summer Park, New Mexico in the Jeb. This is the 110th floor memorial climb for Rescue 3's Ray Meisenheimer, part of Big Blue in the Bronx. It's dedicated to his wife Joanne and daughters Caitlin and Lauren. Your husband and father will never be forgotten. This 110 floors will take him all the way to the top. Rescue 3 is part of FDNY Special Operations Command. Just as the Bulldog, Rescue 2, Rescue 1, Outstanding, Rescue 3, Big Blue, Rescue 4 is Popeye, and Rescue 5 is Blue Thunder out of Staten Island. Our brother was highly specialized, which I'll go into in a little bit, in what he did. So, for brother Ray Meisenheimer, he's going up. I promise Ray I will. For his wife, his two daughters, taking him all the way up to the 110th. So like I said before, this is for firefighter Raymond Meisenheimer, part of Rescue 3. From what I read, when he first went in to the FDNY, he was on for 20 years. When he first went in, he was in Bedford-Stuyvesant. I believe it was 222 was his first truck, his engine. And then he went into Rescue 3. It said he worked for 10 years out of Rescue 3. And he was a collapse specialist. He was the person you wanted there if the building came down around you, because Ray would know what to do to go in and get you. He was part of the FEMA, DHS, New York, Task Force 1 Urban Search and Rescue. And he was a husband and a father to his two daughters. Husband to Joanne, father to Lauren and Caitlin, his daughters. So this is to honor and carry our brother to the 110th floor. Big Blue is going to reach the top today for Ray Meisenheimer. Pushing him all the way up. It said that he was just a few months away from retirement. His wife Joanne and he had picked out a design for a house in Holtzville that they were going to go be there. It said with cathedral ceilings and just a gorgeous house overall. It said that after 9/11, the family actually completed the house as Ray would have wanted, just as it was drawn. We will not forget. We will always remember. This is why we climb. This is why the 343 commitment, and still counting, exists. To keep the legacies of our brothers alive, and those that followed after, in the end, and still counting, who worked the recovery effort. But right now, this one is for Ray Meisenheimer, Big Blue, Rescue 3, Special Operations Command, out of the Bronx. as I've heard it said before when I was in New York. So right now, going towards that 110 floors. This climb is dedicated to the FDNY, off and on the line, to Big Blue Rescue 3 out of the Bronx, to his wife Joanne and daughters Lauren and Caitlin. This 110 floors is yours, all the way to the top. So he will never be forgotten. His story and his legacy will live on. So Special Operations Command Rescue. It's a big toolbox on wheels. Heavy specialist, technical confined collapse, high angle, low angle. But it said that Raymond Meisenheimer was an absolute specialist in building collapse. He taught building collapse, and I hope I get this right, but he was with the Hauppauge Fire Department as a captain, from what I read. And he was in charge of their collapse rescue program there also. It was said with his house that he and Joanne had designed that it was a joke in the family that he was going to have his hey man woman haters fan cave because he was outnumbered, the only male in his family, with his wife and 2 daughters. So that was going to be his man cave, the way it was designed. For our brother and the 342 others who made the ultimate sacrifice on 9/11, and those who worked the recovery effort for days, weeks, months, until it was finally over. We will not forget those sacrifices. Like I said, we're going vertical right now for Brother Ray Meisenheimer, Big Blues Rescue 3. Pushing them up until we reach that top. Coming up on about 33 floors already in this 110 floor climb for our brother Ray Meisenheimer. One thing I was reading in while we're talking about the Edso County part of the commitment, I read an article from John Field, the Feel Good Foundation. He's asking anyone who can to call your Congress and representatives and ask them to sign on with the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund. I guess it was called the VCF, from what I read. It's ridiculous that they're trying to downgrade the assistance provided to those who work the recovery effort. can't let that happen. They owe it to those who work the pile to take care of them. So with that said, like I told you, contact your congressman, congresswoman, and ask them to support the BCF bill. So it's extended and fully funded. And right now, coming to you live from Sutherland Park, New Mexico in the gym, the 343 commitment at still counting 110 floors for Raymond Meisenheimer, Rescue 3. Pushing them up. This is now the 215th brother carried vertical in this commitment of the original 343. Each one will reach the top with honor and respect given for the sacrifice that was made so that others could live during the rescue and to bring resolve to our country in the recovery. We will never forget. We will always remember that right now this 110 is to honor the collapsed technician, instructor, part of New York, Task Force 1, FEMA Urban Search and Rescue, Ray Meisenheimer. Pushing him up. All the way to the top. For his wife Joanne, and daughters Caitlin and Lauren, their husband and father will never be forgotten. That is why we climb, to bring honor and respect to those who made the ultimate sacrifice and those who followed after. We will not forget. This 110 is to carry another brother to the top of the tower. And we're going there little by little, every step closer to the next floor on the stair climber here in Sutherland Park, New Mexico, in the gym. Taking our brother, his husband and a father, our brother, to the 110th floor. Taking him up with honor and respect. He will never be forgotten. His legacy will live on. Brother Ray Meisenheimer on 9/11, 2001. I finished his shift on Rescue 3, Big Blue out of the Bronx. Word went out of the terrorist attack, and like so many other brothers, he responded. He went to work. And part of the greatest rescue effort in United States history, where upwards of 25,000 were saved because of the bravery and heroism displayed on and after 9/11/2001, and through the recovery effort, working the pile on ground zero. For our brother, who is a specialist in collapse rescue, Ray Meisenheimer was the guy that you wanted there when a building came down, because he would do everything possible to get in and get you out. He was an instructor, and he was a like I said, I hope it's said correctly, but the Hapag Fire Company, where he was the captain and in charge of their collapse rescue area curriculum. This 110 floors is being done as a remembrance of Ray Meisenheimer and those he left behind. Dedicated to the FDNY, hopping on the line, to the Bronx's Rescue 3, Big Blue, and to anyone who wants to know about him. Putting 20 years of service to the citizens of New York, was just shy of retirement for his wife Joanne and his daughters to have their husband and father at home. There in the house that they were building in Holtzville. Right now, we climb with honor and respect for the legacy left behind, and that will follow for years to come. Brother Ray Meisenheimer, Big Blue, FDNY Special Operations Command, from the Bronx, Rescue 3. Coming up on second to last vertical, one more vertical, and this 110 will be complete. Number 215 of 343. 128 brothers left of the original 343 before the end's still counting. Memorial climbs will begin. For our brother Ray Meisenheimer, we're going vertical. As I said, Spec Ops Command for FDNY is built on the rescues, the squads, hazmat, and I believe it's possibly marine. I'm still trying to work on that because scuba diving, part of rescue is part of it. This 110 belongs to our brother, who is an expert in collapse rescue. As I said before, he was said to be the one that you wanted on scene when this happened, because he would do whatever he could. Reading the collapse, he would go in and get you and rescue you, because that's just what they did. Masters of specialized training in high angle, low angle, confined trench, collapse, and hazmat. Special Operations Command are the technician specialist level positions when called upon. And right now this is for Big Blue. Rescue 3 out of the Bronx. For Ray Meisenheimer, for his wife Joanne, and his daughters Lauren and Caitlin. Pushing them up with honor and respect till we reach the top. All right, so now we're at the 86th floor of 110. Pushing them up. Gonna reach the 110th. For firefighter Raymond Meisenheimer, 20-year veteran of the FDNY, senior man of Rescue 3, Big Blue, on a Special Operations Command of the FDNY. That big rolling toolbox to handle whatever situation comes its way. Covering the Bronx, similar to Outstanding, the Bulldog, Popeye, and Blue Thunder. This 110 takes him to the top. For firefighter Raymond Meisenheimer, the collapse rescue specialist. He's going vertical. Pushing him just about, going to about the 100th floor on this last vertical, which we're on now. The 215th brother is going to reach that top. My next goal, 225 brothers that will have been carried vertical. And then so on and so forth. until we reach the 343 in this commitment. And then the ants still counting. We'll take their honor and be carried vertical. Pushing it. Almost to the top. Almost done with the last fast vertical. To the 100th floor. First, for Raymond Meisenheimer. Gonna reach that top. One floor at a time till we hit the 110th. This is for his wife, Joanne, daughters, Lauren and Caitlin. For Rescue 3, Big Blue out of the Bronx. We will never forget. This will always be a reminder of his sacrifice made so that others could live. One thing that was said was Raymond Meisenheimer did not have his life taken, but instead he gave it so that others could live. Our brothers will always be remembered. Never forgotten. Coming up on 29 minutes in this 343 commitment, and still counting 110 floors. For firefighter Raymond Meisenheimer, Rescue 3, Big Blue, taking them all the way, finishing this last floor. To the 110th we go, and now we have done. $110. Brother, Rest easy. We got it from here.